just talking about how today we're going to talk about personal sovereignty and how we have a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
When it comes to like network marketing, entrepreneurs, being a mom, having kids with us at all times. Hey Val. And so yeah, I wanted to just, I don't know how should we go about talking about this.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can continue saying, you know, how we met and stuff, because I think that's like really important, I think, because if it had not been for network marketing, and it's crazy because we actually lived pretty close by at some point, but I would have otherwise never met you if I hadn't come across that mom group. If we had not talked about network marketing, I would have never even known that you were actually from the city that I was in, had not been,
Right.
you know what I mean, had not been for that conversation that started up. And I just think it's amazing the connections that you can make, you know, of people around you or all over the world, actually, which is so freaking amazing, that you can meet people that have the same visions and the same desires, the same goals, the same yeah,
Aspirations. Yeah. Love that.
absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's a real huge part. It's like the whole that, you know what? That's like, why are you trying to skip to that part? That part is huge because that's how we ended up meeting each other, through having the desire. And not only that, like if we backtrack, our own personal desire is for myself is for my kids, like to provide for my kids, to have that freedom to, you know, at the time when we met, I was already a stay-at-home mom. I had the opportunity. Very grateful that my husband was providing, continues to provide, that I have been able to have the ability to be a stay-at-home mom. But I had the desire to want to do something of my own, and to be able to give to my kids without having to ask outside of myself, my husband or somebody else, or a job, or the government, or whoever it is that we're depending on to give to my children. And it's just like that right there is pretty much, I kind of think that what brings a lot of, actually, like, plants the seed for most entrepreneurs and network marketers, is we have the desire to be in full control of our time. And money plays a huge part in that.
Time is the ultimate.
Yeah.
Because time is something that you can't get back, you know, like money, you can always make more of it, but time is the ultimate, you know, it is the ultimate currency. And I think that's the most important thing, or that it draws. Obviously we want money, right, in order to do all the things that we want to do. But at the end of the day, what does that money get you? It gets you the freedom to do what you want to do the things that you want to do, to have the feelings and the experiences that you want. And I think that that's a big part of people, or entrepreneurs, I guess, like the entrepreneurial spirit, that you want more, right? And yeah, we are very blessed that we are able to that we do have an income coming in, or that we are able to stay at home. But most of us, some of us, want more than that, right? We want something that is our own, that we can call our own, that we feel like the fulfillment and the, what was the word that you said? We were talking about this yesterday, and you said a word that was just like, that's it. What was
it blissful to feel bliss?
Yeah, that,
like, there's just this state of joy of being, I think it's just a state of joy of being in full control of everything, like our emotions, or how our thoughts, our emotions, our actions, are the time that we're, like you said, time is the ultimate exchange. And I think that plays a huge part in the making and the breaking of us really moving forward with our desires. Is we want to be able to spend as much time doing the things that we love, and spending as much time with the people that we love. And like we said, money plays it plays a huge part. And I think a lot of people, and I feel like it ties with emotions, and there's just this huge cycle that I think, like, society, everybody's like kind of like being influenced in, where, you know, financial sovereignty, everybody having personal authority of themselves, is kind of difficult, because we've we've gone into I guess an era where they who shall not be named want us to be very dependent on them, and so the sense of safety and security is outside of ourselves, and I think that's what ends up
It's a,
like crippling us and
like,
keeping us in a cycle.
right. It's
Like,
in a,
yeah, there's like an emotions are so, there's so much emotions involved in having the desire to have personal financial sovereignty. And I was just going through this, and this is what kind of like inspired us to start having this, wanting to hop on here and have this conversation. Was I recently, so when COVID started, what was March 2020, that's when we met, that we both got into well, you were already in MDC at the time.
Yeah.
I joined MDC. I had oh my gosh, I drew a blank. What was it? Oh no, I got it back. I see. So when the same time, I was like, it's gone, it came back. So back in March 2020 when we met, we also, since COVID started, everybody was like, all these funds were going out, and so the extra funds for food were being provided, and the area that we're in, the region we are in the country, is very dependent on welfare help. And so my response was, because I was hearing my mom and my aunts and everybody like, apply, you're going to get it, it's fine. And it's just like, you know what, it's extra money for my kids to be on food stamps. So I did. And, you know, last March was not March, May of this year. So May, 3 months ago, I needed to renew, and I renewed and I got denied. And then I applied again and I got denied again. And I was like, okay, let's review. Like, I don't want to force something that deep down I was already not wanting to resonate with. Like, we don't, if I were to apply again, the reason we got denied is because we don't qualify for food stamps anymore. It's just, so the effort of trying to get food stamps is just, it's just not my thing anymore. It's like, it's not within me. So I was actually in this like this cycle. I feel like I've been in that cycle, like in this transition period of, if I take a step back, me depending on welfare to provide for my children, food would be me seeking safety and security outside of myself. I'm depending on somebody outside of myself to provide for something that is within me. The safety security is within me. And so right now I'm in the process of launching my coaching business. And so it's been a real transition for me to go from believing to knowing that what I'm doing has purpose, has passion, has fire underneath it, that it's going to move forward, that I don't need food stamps. I don't need to seek outside of myself, because if I truly believe in what I'm doing, I don't qualify for food stamps anyways. Like, I have the money to be able to provide for my children. I have the money to be able to give for my kids more than that they already receive. It's just like, and there has been a shift for me, and it's
that's
like,
what it is.
I'm excited about it.
That needed to happen.
Yeah.
That's huge within our culture, especially around here in the Valley. I do think that there's almost like a fear of breaking through that barrier, and like not wanting to, like, it's just like, I guess, the unknown of like leaving that security blanket, as you mentioned it, you know, the welfare, the food.
Yeah.
Like, well, but if I make a little bit more money, then I won't qualify for food stamps. It's like, dude, that's a good thing. Like, that's a good thing. You're breaking.
Yeah.
Like, you're on your way to reaching where you want to go. Like, it's change. It's part of the, the steps that you're taking. So that's awesome that you actually broke through that. That's like actually really hard to do. It's one of the paradigms, that, I mean, growing up,
Yeah.
I myself, I've always lived in this sort of way, in this paradigm, and this, like, we never had, right? We always grew up, very limited. And I think that's why we have this mentality that that's the norm.
Limited.
Not, right? There's unlimited resources. There's unlimited, just breaking through that barrier, and you did it. So that's awesome. And
yeah. We're excited.
hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about it because I think that's something that a lot of us as mothers have the desire to have more, but we end up, like you said, we there's this like this security blanket, this programming that we have within ourselves, like culture. It goes all the way back. Like it's something that is just part of our lives that we just jump into this system, and it's so hard to get out of. And but it really comes from the desire of really wanting more and believing in that, like you said, on that unknown, and taking that risk, because it really is like, okay, I'm not going to be financially dependent on the government or on somebody outside myself. Like this is real. This is what I'm doing. And I think this is a lot of people have this desire. And I think right now it's like, I don't even want to dip into the how society is being impacted, but I think we should, because Tony Robbins having a 5-day training today, or Thrive. It's called Time to Thrive Challenge, and his main focus is finances. It's like whatever your personal story, and this is, I think, the amazing thing about anybody who wants to start working from home, or who's barely dipping their toes into network marketing. It's like, network marketing, being an entrepreneur, is you being on your own personal journey and sharing it. It's like your personal growth and sharing it. And so Tony Robbins is actually talking about how you can take your personal development story and put it into a business, which is exactly what I'm already doing, and create and share it and sell it and create. And then so the thought of like, anybody can do this. Anybody has, like, you're growing. It's like you're watching this. You're already halfway there. Like you're already there.
Yeah.
It's just affirming.
Like grow yourself. Then all you got to do is document, share it, talk about it. Like
Share it.
yeah,
Share and grow. Share and grow.
big a deal as we make it out to be. And I know I've done that. I've made it a big deal so far. I have.
Yeah.
That like, it's not about me, it's about who you can help and who is just a few steps behind that you can like pull and like, dude, like come with me, we can all do this. It's not about me, it's about everybody else who want to get to where I'm at or want to get further, and like we can all help each other and push each other up and like elevate, rise.
Who all has the desire to do the same thing. We're all, at the end of the day, like anybody that's in network marketing, anybody that's an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter what company you're in, you are working towards your own personal goals. And I think it's funny, like we're talking about, like, we have our own personal story and then we want to share it, but then what happens is we end up using, like myself, using excuses that I'm like, I'm a stay-at-home mom. My kids are in the other room. They're waiting for me to finish. It's like they'll come in and I'll stop myself because I don't have a pretty background going on or something. There's just something that I use excuses to not do what is now easy for me to do, because it wasn't easy to get on video and talk before. It was just like pictures, a little sentence, share. But that's just the beauty of network marketing, is that you grow and you share your growth, and people, it's a ripple effect. Everybody deep down has the desire to be in full control of their time, full control of their finances, be able to spend all the time that we're not getting back with the people that we love. Like, I think that's what really brings us together. And network marketing, or regardless of what company it is or what it is, it's like a huge accountability group. We're holding each other accountable. Like, hey, I know you love your kids and you want to spend time with them. Let's go work and hustle, because this is what we're gonna do. Like, I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome to do.
To see others reach the level where you want to go, and you see, like, it's freaking doable. Look at her, look at him, he's doing it. And it just gives you that little push and that motivation. And I just love, I guess, who you get, how can I say it? Like, you start getting yourself involved with, or you start meeting people, you start, like, your horizon
inspired by
open, right? Like, you start looking into or meeting new people that have the things that you want. So therefore, it kind of opens your mind up to what's possible. It's not only like here right now, you get to see like the big picture and think think to yourself for the first time, maybe, that you've never allowed yourself to think that you can actually get there, that it's not just, you know, maybe this next step, but like the grand.
It's doable.
Yeah, and it's amazing when you
Yeah.
have opened your mind enough when it's been closed for so long to know that that's possible.
Possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it is like, come on, everybody, come on up on top of the mountain. There's space for everybody. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's awesome. And you know what? The best thing is that we have people we lean on. We have people that we are inspired by, that we look up to, that have amazing, successful business just right off the back. Jenna, right off the back, is just like somebody who already has an amazing mindset, that shares the same thing and is literally masterminding with other people that aspire to do the same thing, and she's created massive success. And it's just like, that's what you need to do, is surround yourself with people who have the same desires, the same drives, that are just as passionate as we are, who and run with them, be inspired by them to take action, so that you can be able to live the life that you desire, be able to, like you said, spend all that time with your kids, be really fully present, happy, and like service oriented. You want to give the time and attention to your kids because you can.
Yeah.
And yeah,
it's totally attainable. It's just being able to see it as a reality for you. And I think that's one of the biggest obstacles, is getting your mind to open up enough for you to see it as a possibility for yourself.
yeah, and I think that comes from self-awareness. Like, I titled this live, like, what steps are you taking? What did I put? What steps are you taking towards personal financial sovereignty? And that falls under doing, you know, working network marketing, doing meditating. Like, you are when I say personal financial sovereignty, and at the end of the day, the more you love yourself, the more happy you are, the more money you attract, because you're feeling good.
Yeah.
And I think that alone, that's like the healing part. Like, there's, you own more than just money. There's more than there's more value to you than the amount of money that you have. You own your voice, you own your worth, you own everything that you are, and feelings that, yeah, exactly. It's like you own your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors, your attitude. That's all you, baby. Like, that is just something
Yeah.
that I think we get and we affirm through meditation, and that alone brings personal authority, because I think that's what's helped me through the whole healing manifesting stage, to really, to get to the manifesting stage. You heal the stuff that's holding you down, and doubting your capabilities,
Right.
doubting that whether or not you deserve the things that you desire. Like, there's a lot of inner work that takes place, that usually happens personally, but that's what accountability, that's what we're here for. That's why we end up surrounding ourselves with like-minded people who have this desire to grow, like, from inside out, because it's an inside job. It really, it's an inside job. And
Rainbows, you do have to go inside and deal with the shit that you have in, like,
yeah,
it out, you can heal it, right? Because if you don't deal with it, then it's never going to be dealt with. It's never going to heal, and it's perfectly okay that you have that.
and it's going to self-sabotage. That's going to self-sabotage us. Like, that's the make or break kind of, when it comes to like growing your business and wanting to like do your own thing, is if we don't do the inner work, if we don't own our own personal authority, our voice, our worth, our value, we won't be able to attract the financial goals that we desire.
And
like, it's a dual, I don't know how to call it. Like, it works, it's hand in hand.
yeah, it's all intertwined. It all works together. And if you need one part, it's like little steps in the ladder. And it's not just like get to from point A to point B. It's like there's a bunch of points in the middle.
It's like,
yeah, and every is different. It's okay. That's what's like, I think another beautiful aspect of that everybody's journey is different. And you might think that, oh my God, you know, you reached the top of the peak and you dealt with that and you got over, but now there's like another mountain that you got to climb. And that's awesome. Like, as long as you keep working on yourself, you keep finding things that you can work on. It's part of having that self-awareness and realizing like, oh, you know, that's something that I need to work on. And that's through meditation. Also, you gain that clarity of knowing and seeing yourself outside of yourself and realizing when you have to step back and actually work on something that's obviously, yeah.
Yeah, that's so awesome. I think it's an incredible, beautiful experience that we personally all go through. And I think it's even better when you're able to share it with like-minded people. It's like, it's just, till this day, I was just sharing, aside from right now, how we met with my cuñada. And it's just like, it blows my mind. Like you said, we were literally living in the same city, like literally 2-3 blocks down the road for I lived there for 7 years, and we did not meet until I moved 5 hours away and through Facebook.
That was crazy.
I think
it was insane. And then like the synchronicities, right? Like everything that we had in common, it was like, what? Why did I?
What? Where have I been all my life?
Yeah. And I think that's the beauty.
But
that's like a beautiful part of it, that you can meet all these people that have that are in your same wavelength, I guess you can say. And then you can help.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Growing and advancing. We're advancing personalities. That's what it is. We attract advancing personalities. So if you're an advancing personality, hit us up.
Hey. Congratulations.
But oh my gosh, it was such a pleasure to have you, Cristina. I'm so grateful for you and for your relationship. You are amazing as always. And I can't wait to have you back on here, hopefully very soon.
Yes,
well,
absolutely.
It's always fun to have.
You should definitely.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, take care, Cristina. Thank you so much for hopping on. Guys, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Cristina. I love you so much. Bye. Okay. And all right, guys. Guys, give love to Cristina. You don't follow her on Facebook, you guys go follow her. She's absolutely amazing. She teaches such amazing things, shares amazing things. She has a podcast also, Rising High. You guys got to check it out. She's awesome. Talks about the law of attraction, mindset, meditation, holistic medicine, all that good stuff. She's your girl. She's my girl. But guys, have any questions about anything that we talked about today, message me, comment below. I'd love your feedback, hear from you. You want to get on a call, want to book a call with me and chat, let me know, send me a message. And what else, guys? I will be back here soon. You guys take care. And bye, guys.